Hi, and welcome to Honors Biology. I'm going to share my screen with you and share some information with you. Okay, I'm Mrs. Shields, and this is Honors Biology. Normally we'd be in room 407, but since we're still in distance learning, I put my email on this page so that you can easily reach me if you need to get a hold of me. A little bit about myself. I've been teaching at Trabuco for 11 years. This is my 17th year of teaching total. I came through this district. I went to Laguna Hills High School, graduated from Cal State Fullerton, and got my master's in biology at Western Governors. Played college volleyball at Long Beach State. Those are my two children. Ethan is 21 and my daughter is 13 currently. A little bit about our class. So it's generally a hands-on class. Obviously, things are a little different with distance learning. We are still considered a lab-based course, even though our labs have become virtual. It is changed in that we have now embedded earth science into our biology standards. Other than that, adding a little more engineering practices to our core disciplinary ideas, but the rest of general biology hasn't changed. Materials for current biology with online learning, they need their textbook, either a physical copy or they've been instructed where they can find the e-text online. They need access to a computer, obviously with the internet, since we are digital learning. They need a planner or an organizer or something to keep themselves organized, to keep track of due dates. I highly recommend writing things down. It helps keep them way more organized than putting them in their phone. But I know that in today's world, more kids like to use their phone than they do a regular planner, so that of course is okay. All right, in honors biology, our grading policy is weighted. So we decided per department that we're going to have 10% for attendance and participation. These consist of discussion posts and in-class activities. Obviously, the in-class activities are virtual in-class activities. And our discussion posts are to spark interest and ideas that we might have about an upcoming topic. And we have those about once every 2 weeks. 30% of our weighted grading, it comes from formative assignments. Things are like note-taking, homework, classwork, some quizzes, and then their log, which that will occur when they actually come back to hybrid, if they are coming back to hybrid. If not, then they will not have a log. 50% of their weighted grade is from summative assessments, and those are tests, any formal lab reports we do, and any projects we do. Currently, Honors Bio is working on a solar still project, so that would be their first summative assessment grade, and then their chapter 1 test that they just took. And then 10% of their weighted grade comes from their end of the semester final exam. Okay, we'll skip past biology. Okay, a couple of classroom regulations, just homework. They expect them to have homework about 3 to 4 nights a week. Obviously, homework ranges from worksheets, labs, to e-text reading, studying for tests, etc. All homework currently, unless otherwise stated, is due on Sunday evening at midnight, so that gives them the entire week to work on whatever homework they have. Labs, most labs at this point are virtual. If and when we return to a normal class environment, I will send home a lab safety contract and procedures for labs at that time. Zoom meetings, we hold Zoom meetings daily whenever I meet with the class at the class scheduled times. They are posted in the announcements of the Canvas page. Student must enter the Zoom meetings with their at my Saddleback email to be admitted into the class. And the class website that we are currently using, which you obviously know since you found this presentation, is Canvas. And the students can obviously find that in their Saddleport login. And once they're in their Saddleport Login Canvas is a tile or an application, if you will. And then once they enter Canvas, all of their Canvas classes should appear. Tests. When tests are administered, students are asked to keep their video on during just the test for proctoring purposes. Retakes. Our department does allow for retakes of tests for any score lower than 80%. Student must first fill out a retake preparation form. I'll show you where that is in a moment on the Canvas page. And it must be signed by a parent. This allows them to retake the test, and that lets me know that they have prepared to retake the test. Then they can schedule a retake with me. Obviously, it's a little bit more difficult to schedule this virtually, but we will get that done. Retakes must be scheduled within 2 weeks, of the original test date. And you can only take one retest per test. The higher of the two scores will always be accepted, and there's no retakes for the final exam. Late work is accepted up to 1 week after the original due date for up to 80% of the possible points. There is a late work form that they must fill out for credit, and I will show you where that is as well. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we do use the online textbook often, and the online textbook, all the applications that come with it. Pearson is our online textbook and is also housed in Saddleport as an application. Students can access the application by logging into Saddleport and then clicking on the Pearson application, and then they use their Saddleblock email to log in. All right, I will go over to Canvas so I can show you that. So in the Canvas page, give you a quick tour of that. When you get to Canvas, it looks like this. And in the middle of the page, obviously you can find my email and where we're supposed to be in room 407. Office hours for the current month are posted. Our department has office hours every other Friday from 1 to 2 o'clock. And all they need to do is email me if they need office hours, and I will give them a Zoom link to log into. There are some quick tile links here for them if they would like to access those. This first tile takes them to any daily announcements there are. The second tile takes them to course documents, the third to modules, and the last one to their textbook or their Saddleport page. Course documents, I'm going to take you to that one first. Under course documents, this is where you'll find the syllabus. You'll also find the retake preparation form. You'll find the late work form. There's some other additional helpful information here that you can also find. Okay, and if you scroll down, these are some important study links that they can use and some important Chrome extensions that they might want to use if they're using Google Chrome. I've also put my Remind application and code for the class. This particular Remind code is for period 1. So if you are not in period 1, make sure you check out your Remind code. Make sure that your student has joined Remind, and you are also more than welcome to join Remind as well. I send out homework via Remind. You'll notice that over here to the right on the Canvas page, there is a to-do list. So it lets the student know what they have up and coming and to do. And they can also go to the course stream. This will give them their announcements. So up and coming for them was Monday's Zoom, which was today. Their weekly Zooms, which this is reoccurring down here, Tuesdays and Thursdays for this class, and their weekly schedule. If I click on their weekly schedule, every Monday I post a weekly schedule. And again, this is for period 1, so the test or the class dates might be different for period 2 and period 4. I post Monday's weekly schedule, so Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and all of the assignments that they have that week, the due dates, and they're currently working on a project, so the project timeline. Okay, modules is where they'll find all of their work for the chapter. So if they expand the welcome, it will give them documents needed for the course. Chapter 1 documents are all here. We just completed Chapter 1, so all the Chapter 1 documents are here. And they're all divided by lessons. So Lesson 1, all the way down to Lesson 2, all the way down to Lesson 3, and then the chapter close. And this is where they can find all of the information that they need for the chapters. And as we get into different chapters, more things will be posted in the modules. There's also a course calendar in Canvas, which correlates with due dates and dates things are posted that they can also pay attention to. As previously mentioned, the online textbook is Pearson, and you can find Pearson as an application in Saddleport, and it is Pearson EasyBridge is what the application is called. Unfortunately, I can't show you what that looks like because on my end, it's much different than the student view. But if you're curious to know what that looks like, have your student log into Saddleport and have them click on Pearson EasyBridge and they can show you what that looks like. I often assign assignments in Pearson EasyBridge, so they have to go to that text app often. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email again is on the beginning of the presentation as well as on the Canvas page. At this point, that's the best way to get a hold of me if you need me. Thanks so much.